Welcome to the Deep Dive. This week, we're diving into the astrology for May 19th to 25th, 2025. The source is Tarot by High C. So think of this as your quick guide to the week's energy. Our goal here, for you, the learner, is really to pull out the key astrological vibes, pinpoint the opportunities, maybe the tricky spots, the main themes, all without making your head spin. We want those useful aha moments. Okay, let's jump in.
Okay. So the week kicks off with this interesting feeling of shifting gears, energetically speaking. The forecast highlights moving away from what's comfortable, what's familiar, and stepping into something new, driven more by curiosity.
Yeah, like getting off the couch and onto the trail, maybe.
Exactly. Less sitting back, more planning. Less just letting things happen, more taking action.
Right, and I like that line, the role of main character was never someone else's to fill. That really hits home. For you, the learner, maybe this feels like a push to use your voice. Speak your truth. Make sure your actions actually count for something you care about.
And that ties into Tuesday, which marks the start of Gemini season. Big shift there.
Oh yeah, Gemini season. Things usually start buzzing then, don't they? More adaptable energy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Flexibility, creativity tends to flow more easily. People often feel more social, too.
But it's not just about being busy and social, right? The forecast also mentions needing to balance that outward energy.
Absolutely. You've got to balance it with self-care, for one,
Yeah.
and setting clear boundaries, especially in romance, relationships.
And keeping track of your responsibilities, too. Can't just float away on the Gemini breeze.
Right. So how do you actually use that energy well without getting totally scattered? Well, the forecast does tease some interesting learning moments coming up over the weekend. Things connected to our close relationships, our sense of safety at home, even professional stuff.
Huh, okay. And it sounds like being clear-headed and communicating well will be pretty key for navigating whatever comes up then.
That's the suggestion, yeah. Mental clarity, good communication skills, your best tools for the weekend.
Okay, let's dig into specifics. Monday has something called a karmic crossroads. Jupiter squaring the nodes. Sounds significant.
It is. The square aspect usually points to tension, a challenge, something that needs integration. And with Jupiter involved, everything gets bigger, amplified. The nodes relate to our path, like where we're going collectively.
So the square on Monday, it's a big growth moment about living your truth.
That's the core of it. It's pushing for growth, alignment with what's true for you.
Like a cosmic cleanout. The forecast said something about outdated systems, shallow ideas, stuff being exposed.
Exactly that. It's like the universe is highlighting where things are stuck, or maybe just superficial.
So for you, the learner, this might show up as what? Like feeling pulled between logic and intuition.
Could be. Or noticing that perfectionism isn't really serving you. Maybe you need more surrender, more acceptance. Old patterns, rigid thinking, even escapism or fantasy, they're all kind of up for review.
Huh. So those little arguments or weird situations on Monday, they're maybe not so random. They could be pointing to where we've been like hiding or playing small.
That's a great way to put it. Revealing illusions that might have held us back. Okay, then Tuesday brings a shift. Sun, sextile Saturn. Feels quite different.
Yeah, Monday sounds a bit bumpy, maybe, but Tuesday feels grounded, disciplined, focus, building things.
Totally. After potentially clearing some stuff out Monday, Tuesday offers this chance to build a more solid foundation.
I like that idea of structured dreaming, not just ideas, but actually doing the work to make them happen.
Right. And the forecast says trim the fat, like let go of old goals that don't fit anymore. Focus on what really matters now.
Makes sense. And Tuesday is also the official start of Gemini season, the sun moving in. We touched on it, but let's go deeper. What's the cool vibe?
Well, first thing you might notice is the pace picks up, like noticeably. The world just seems faster. And that curiosity, the urge to communicate, making choices, it all gets activated.
But you need to stay clear and flexible to really use it.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Clarity, openness, adaptability.
Yeah.
That's how you ride the wave.
So expect ideas, opportunities, messages flying around. A good time to explore, connect, learn, share.
Yes. Expanding your thinking, expanding your social circle, being open to new interactions.
The forecast called it mental ascension, nervous system recalibration, energetic realignment. Sounds like a big upgrade.
Can feel like that, yeah. Like your mind is becoming more agile.
But the downside, that urge to talk about everything but finish nothing. I know that feeling.
Huh. Yeah, it's a classic Gemini trait. It raises that question of balancing, exploring versus actually completing things. The forecast really stresses integrating thoughts and feelings. Mind and spirit, light and dark.
So it's not just thinking fast, it's thinking clearly aligned with your deeper intentions.
Precisely. Fast thinking without purpose can just lead to anxiety or burnout.
Or gossip, or just surface level chat instead of real connection. And you need to anchor those ideas into action.
Exactly. Don't let them just stay up in the clouds. Bring them down to earth.
Okay, shifting to Thursday, two aspects: Venus trine Mars and Sun sextile Neptune. Venus-Mars trine first sounds energetic.
It really is. Venus is about attraction, creativity, love. Mars is action, drive, assertion. A trine is a smooth flow between them.
So, lots of fuel for creative projects or taking the initiative in relationships.
Definitely. If you've been holding back on a project or maybe feelings you want to express, this is a green light. Boldness is encouraged.
Good for collaboration too, maybe. That balance of give and take.
Yeah, it supports finding that balance between asserting yourself and compromising. But there's a caution.
Ah, what's that?
Don't mistake lust for love, basically, or just
Yeah.
being loud for being clear. Authenticity over theatrics.
Got it. Be real. And the other one, Thursday, Sun sextile Neptune. Sounds gentler, magical even.
Yeah, Neptune brings that imaginative, spiritual, compassionate vibe. A sextile with the sun is an opportunity to tap into that. The forecast says embrace the magic a bit. Maybe see things through slightly rosier glasses.
A good time for understanding, forgiveness, using your words for that.
Yes, exactly. But again, a little caution. Don't get totally lost in the fantasy. Keep one foot on the ground.
Right, balance. Okay, weekend time. Saturday looks busy. Sun trine Pluto and Mercury conjunct Uranus. Sun Pluto first sounds powerful.
Oh, it is. Pluto is transformation, power, uncovering deep truths. A trine with the sun, our core self, gives a huge boost to clarity. Suddenly seeing what's holding you back, feeling empowered to speak truth, share ideas passionately.
But Pluto, it can dig deep, right? Issues of control, buried feelings might come up.
They can. So the advice is to be intentional about the transformation. Don't just let the power run wild. The forecast uses a great storm analogy. It comes through, clears out what isn't solid, feels intense, but ultimately makes space for growth.
Okay, ride the storm, look for the clearing, and then same day, Mercury conjunct Uranus, mental fireworks.
Pretty much. Mercury's thinking, talking, Uranus's sudden insights, breakthroughs, the unexpected. A conjunction means they're joined up, amplifying each other.
So plot twists,
Uh-huh.
moments. Thinking way outside the box is good.
Definitely favored. Originality gets rewarded.
Mm.
You might suddenly change your mind about something, and it'll likely be the right change.
A bit of mad genius energy.
Oh.
So for you, the learner, maybe trust those wild ideas this weekend.
Lean into the eccentric, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe test the really big ideas later when things are calmer. All that mental energy can make you feel a bit buzzy, nervous.
Makes sense. Now, also, starting Saturday, something huge. Saturn moves into Aries for like 2.5 years. This isn't just a weekly
This is a
dance.
major long-term transit.
Love it.
Saturn is structure, lessons, responsibility. Aries is initiation, the self, action. The forecast calls it initiation meeting embodiment. Basically a call to lead with integrity, act with real purpose.
So it challenges impulsiveness, ego-driven stuff, fake confidence, demands integrity.
Exactly. It's Saturn's first time back in Aries since the late 90s. So think reset, karmic reset, responsibility reset, how we embody ourselves. It's about taking ownership for your actions, how you move through the world, tapping into capabilities you didn't even know you had.
And this could shake things up on a bigger scale, too. Systems based on control. Leadership shifts. More towards self-leadership, accountability.
That's the potential, yes.
Yeah.
The forecast lays out both positive and shadow potentials. Positive side, disciplined action, courage, balanced with caution, self-reliance, maybe even better government structures, social innovations.
Sounds good. The shadow side.
Things like nonstop competition, impatience, insisting on your own way, anger issues, also potentially fear around authority or controlling leaders trying to use fear. Military buildups are mentioned too. It's a potent energy with a wide range.
Wow. Definitely something for you, the learner, to watch as it unfolds over the next couple of years. Okay, back to this week. Sunday. Mercury sextile Saturn. Sounds like a more focused end to the week.
It does. After the potential intensity of Saturday, this brings more serious, practical quality to thinking and communication. Great for planning, important talks, making solid decisions. Your thinking is sharp, persuasive.
So good for presentations, tough conversations. Thoughts have weighted and necessary understanding. Sounds deep.
Yeah, it connects thinking with responsible action, applying that Saturn discipline to Mercury's quickness, taking responsibility for leadership, actions, what you're building, maybe even feeling like you can rewrite the rule book where needed.
And one more for Sunday. Mercury itself moves into Gemini. So Sun and Mercury in Gemini now. Double dose of that mental energy.
Big time. The forecast calls it a major energy checkpoint. Thoughts are super fast, lots of questions, feeling restless maybe. Like lightning bolts and zaps of electricity, that's the metaphor used.
Oh, so really need to manage the mind, use your voice purposefully. Sounds very social too.
Oh yeah, people will likely want to connect, talk, reach out. But also a strong need for variety. Old routines might feel really boring.
Mind feels changeable. Nervous energy potential again.
Could be. And watch for news or conversations about labor and power dynamics, that intersection.
Seems like it loops back again. Ground the ideas, speak truth responsibly, challenge control, especially where voices are quieted, using logic, language.
Exactly. Harnessing that Gemini speed with some of that Saturnian grounding we also see Sunday, it's a potent mix.
So wrapping it up, this week, May 19th to 25th, 2025, it feels like a big pivot point. Moving into action, communication, Gemini season kicking off, and that massive Saturn in Aries transit starting its long journey. Lots going on.
For sure. It's this interesting mix, isn't it? You've got the fast mental energy of Gemini landing right alongside Saturn's call for slow, steady, responsible action. It's a dynamic tension. Huge potential for growth and clarity, but also, yeah, challenges around feeling overwhelmed or resisting change.
Definitely a week packed with potential. Okay, so for you, the learner, here's something to think about. With all this fast Gemini energy buzzing around and the long-term serious focus of Saturn and Aries just beginning, what's one small, purposeful action you can take this week? Something that lines up with your bigger goals. That's your food for thought. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.